Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Marc. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show.
Good evening.
This is Felix, and my co-host is Marc. Together we are the Coffee Club.
My co-host is Marc.
All right, tonight's show is going to be a show about... Marc, what's the show about?
It's about me. It's about Marc.
It's about Marc.
That's right. It's about me.
It's about me.
Well, ask yourself this, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. It's about me.
How many times do you feel rushed in the morning and it sort of sets the tone for the rest of your day?
And
you know,
sort of sets the tone
you can't feel like you're getting started. Okay, you don't have breakfast.
You can't feel like you're getting started.
You have an argument with the wife, or the kids start to bother you. Or you have a flat tire, or you get stuck in traffic. You know, how do you feel as you go through the rest of your day?
Well, think about this.
How do you feel?
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world, and its dark reflection. There is only this world, and we do not know in which of the two worlds we are. In which of the two worlds we are.
Save it.
Now, I remember waking up to that.
Oh, I remember waking up to that, too.
And that was nice. That woke you up, and you were ready and to go for the day.
That was nice. And then the drill sergeant comes in and tells you to get your ass out of bed. And you got to shave in 2 minutes, shower in 5, and get dressed and make your bed with hospital corners and everything. And
you had a nice drill sergeant. We weren't allowed to shower, shave, or anything in the morning.
Let me tell you, you talk about rushing through your day. But then again, when you're in the Army, you're not supposed to think. You're supposed to just react. That's what they want. They don't want you to think.
And if you notice, they always gave you a good breakfast, though.
Oh, take all you want, but eat all you take.
No, but there was always a healthy breakfast, a lot of protein.
A lot of carbs and a lot of protein. I remember I was down south, where you were, Felix, Fort Jackson. And I was online, and I ordered. I became very friendly with a guy from Texas and Alabama. And I said, I want cream of wheat. And they both looked at me. And they said, son, you're down south. Them's grits. I said, okay, then give me some grits. You know. But, I mean, you could have grits, you could have cold cereal, you could have eggs, toast. But God forbid a drill sergeant should see you throwing away any food.
We never had that problem.
That's because you ate it all.
Possibly.
But really...
Our drill sergeant never gave enough time to finish the food. That's not true. Before we were done eating, he was chasing us out. We always had a lot of food left over.
Well, it's true. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't experienced it, you really don't know what it's like. You know, first of all, you wait on a long line, a long chow line. By the time you get your food, you know, your sergeants have already gotten their food and they're sitting down and eating. So anytime they want to start, they just get up, get rid of their plates and say, okay, company C or this company or that company, let's hightail it out of here. You know, you have 15 seconds and you're gulping down your last swallow of coffee or milk, whatever it is. You're throwing your plates away, whatever you're doing, and then you got to get on that line.
Whatever you're doing, and
then you start rushing to go and wait somewhere else.
Well, that's the old expression, hurry up and wait.
Exactly.
Hurry up and wait. Where do you think it originated? It originated in the Army.
Hurry up and wait.
I don't know, but I assume you're right.
But think of it from a civilian standpoint, okay? You wake up in the morning, and then you hit the sleep button. And the sleep button is supposed to be good for what, 10 minutes usually?
And the sleep button
Yeah.
is supposed to be good for what,
Well,
10 minutes?
all of a sudden, it doesn't go off.
Yeah.
And you're right in the middle of a nice, beautiful dream,
doesn't go off.
and you open your eyes, and you see that you slept another 40 minutes, and you say, oh my God.
And you see that you slept another 40
So,
minutes. And you
That's
say,
what you
"Oh
said. I
my
close my
God."
eyes. I want to continue my dream.
So,
By then she's gone, it's too late. But anyway,
by then she's gone, it's too late.
you know, you
But anyway,
I don't even think there's time for a shower, so you quickly wash around. You forget about shaving that day. The only good thing is that, you know, the rough look with a little stubble seems to be in. Everybody looks like they could use a shave, you know, for the most part.
Everybody looks like they
And
for the most
you get down to your car,
and
all of a sudden it doesn't start, or it doesn't feel right. And if that's not bad enough,
it doesn't feel right.
you get stuck in traffic.
That's not bad enough.
And let's say you just about make it into work, okay? Just as they were collecting time cards back in the day when you had to punch a time card or something.
A lot of people still do.
Back in the day
And
when you had a punch of time.
You don't even have time
People still do.
to sit at your desk and have a half a cup of coffee. You've got to start out right away.
To sit at your
Okay?
desk and have
For
a
me,
half a cup of
as a
coffee.
teacher, it
Gotta
would
start
have
out right
been,
away.
as I get upstairs, before I
For
put
me,
anything down, the
as a
kids are already
teacher, it
walking
would've
into the
been-
room.
As I get upstairs before I put
You know,
anything down, the kids are
So
already
you're
walking into
upset,
the
you're
room.
miserable. You try not to take it out on the kids, but sometimes you can't help it. You know,
You
it
try
sort of
not to take
filters
it out on
down.
the kids, but sometimes you can't help it.
You know, but that just sets the
You know,
tone
it
for the
sort of
day.
filters down.
Plus, you never
but
had
that just
anything
sets
to
the
eat.
tone for
You
the
didn't
day.
have a nutrition bar. You didn't have breakfast.
You never had anything
You know, they
to
call
eat.
breakfast
You
the
didn't
most
have a
important meal of the
nutrition bar. You
day.
didn't have breakfast.
They're always telling you that
You know, they
kids
call
who come to
breakfast the most
school
important meal
without
of the day.
eating,
They're always
they do
telling you
poorly
that
on
kids who come
tests,
to
they
school
can't
without
concentrate.
eating,
Well, it's the same thing for
They
an
do poorly
adult.
on
You come to
tests,
work without
they
putting
can't
anything in your
concentrate.
system.
well, it's the same
You know,
thing
you
for
have no
adults.
fuel
Come to
left
work
from
without
the
putting
previous
anything in
night.
your system.
Unless you're
You know,
like
you
me
have
and you
no
sleepwalk
fuel left
and you
from
wind
the
up eating
previous night.
food that's really not
Unless
yours.
you're like me and you
And then you wake up in the morning and your wife gives you an argument because there's something missing from the refrigerator and she knows you have a son who's a vegan, he's not going to eat it. You have a son who's a cop and he's on a midnight tour, so he wasn't home to eat it. Your wife swears that she didn't eat it. Well, then who's left? The dog? I don't think so. So all fingers point to me.
Well, that's because you sleepwalk and eat. I mean, of course it's going to point to you. Well, that's because you sleepwalk.
It has not been definitively proven, okay? I admitted that on the surface, it sort of looks like I'm the guilty party, okay? But I haven't conceded.
Haven't the kids, your sons, hasn't your son seen you eating?
Well, that was after my botched surgery 11 years ago. The doctor had me on Ambien, and I was standing in front of the refrigerator. The refrigerator was open, and I was eating a cold egg roll.
The refrigerator was open, and I was eating a cold.
I also threw out the garbage in my underwear, but it was a good thing that it was at night because nobody could see anything.
That's okay with you. Nobody will see anything.
That's what I understand. That's probably true.
Okay with you. But still, let's see that rear end of yours. Just hope there's no cigar sticking out of it while you're walking. Just hope there's no cigar sticking out of it while you're walking. Anyway, so Mark, I mean, all this talk about a healthy breakfast. What is a healthy breakfast? Does anybody agree on that?
Well, I mean, there are so many breakfast bars out there for people who are always in a rush. And, you know, if you read those things, they're chock full of sugar, which gives you a sugar shock.
They're chock full of sugar.
No,
but they have proteins and stuff. You know, the granola bars and
I
everything.
asked you what's a healthy breakfast.
They have proteins and stuff. You know,
Well,
what
if you don't have time, well,
No, if you have time, if you're going to sit down and have a breakfast, what's a healthy breakfast?
I would say
no, if you have time,
a piece of toast with a pat of butter,
what's a healthy
an egg or two scrambled or over easy, cup of coffee or a glass of milk and orange juice. You know, to me that's a healthy breakfast.
Would you think doctors would agree with you?
To me, that's a healthy breakfast.
Well, maybe everything but having eggs every day, because I'm sure that wouldn't be good for you.
No,
But I mean, a few times a week, it's not bad.
No, they've already, doctor conceded you can eat as many eggs as you want. It doesn't raise your cholesterol.
Well,
That's already been conceded.
you know, I
What
have
they
a
tell you is not to have the toast or the butter,
You know, I have a
well,
because every doctor now agrees.
the fat and the carbohydrates.
Low,
But
low
you need carbs to get started. You know.
They tell you low carbohydrates, no matter what. Have your protein to get you started,
Well, and instead of white bread, you could have whole wheat bread.
which is better, but still not great.
Well, look, I have a friend down in Florida, and in the summertime it tends to get really hot, and 365 days a year he starts out his mornings with oatmeal. But you see, he doesn't have to watch what he eats, so he has a big bowl of hot oatmeal.
That's fine, I guess.
You know, now he's retired, so he makes those steel-cut oats that take like 20 minutes to simmer and everything, but they're very good.
Yeah.
Take like 20 minutes.
Well, what's your comment? What's your breakfast in the morning?
What's your breakfast in the morning?
Right now, I probably a Nutrisystem bar,
Right now,
a breakfast bar. Could be a cinnamon bar.
A Nutrisystem bar, a breakfast bar.
They have
Could be a
a
cinnamon
muffin,
bar,
either a blueberry muffin or
they have a muffin.
a walnut
blueberry
muffin. They also have Nutrisystem bagels, the small bagels. So I might have that with a little cream cheese or, again, a little bit of butter, you know.
With a little cream cheese or, again,
And that usually holds me until about 1 o'clock when I have lunch. And
that usually
Did anybody ask you about lunch? It's a breakfast.
that's true. We're not talking about lunch, are we?
Stick to the subject.
That's true. We have plenty of time to wander from the topic when Dan calls
If
up.
he calls in, but you can
If he
talk
calls
about
in.
No, lunch is fine. I mean, I have the same breakfast. I would say 6 out of 7 days.
Same breakfast.
Cereal, milk, banana. That's it every day. 1% milk, 1% fat.
Every day.
Special K breakfast,
1% fat.
cereal.
Special K
It's
breakfast.
boring.
Well, I understand that.
It's
Well, you could even have the banana in the car while you're
I
driving.
do.
You know, that's not a big deal.
I eat the cereal, then I take the banana with me.
Well, hey, listen, I mean, if you wanted to cheat every now and then, you can go to the drive-thru, one of the drive-thrus, and get yourself a breakfast burrito or a breakfast wrap or something. It's got egg in it, you know, and the wrap would be your bread and a cup of coffee.
You know,
I'll be honest with you, when I sleep late every day, so all I have is enough time to feed the cat, feed myself, and run to work. And I'm late every day.
But who's the boss?
I am.
Okay. However, you probably would still have time to stop at a drive-thru. I mean, just like you eat the banana, you could have yourself that breakfast burrito or whatever it is, and just try not to get it all over you.
Too much food.
Breakfast burrito or whatever it is.
Once I have the cereal and the banana, I'm good.
No, I'm in lieu of the cereal. You can still have the banana.
No.
You just said it's boring.
It's boring, but I have it. It's a habit.
You said it's boring.
I get up in the morning like a zombie. I walk. I feed the cat. Take my morning medications, and I have my cereal.
Take my morning medication.
And then I wake up.
And I have my cereal.
So
And then I wake up.
I guess I could, but
Does it make a difference to you since you're the boss, basically? I mean, I don't know how many employees you have to oversee, but I mean,
I don't know how many employees you have.
Does it affect your attitude when you get into work, when you feel like you're being rushed?
Does it affect your attitude?
Like I know you have one employee that you're constantly arguing with.
Oh yeah, well that's the problem. Is I have none of my employees start on time. Except for my one employee, I just came on board, but he's in Colorado, so he doesn't count. He doesn't answer my phones. So
He's also 2 hours behind.
Exactly. So he doesn't count. So basically, if I don't get in at 9 o'clock, nobody answers the phone till 9:30, quarter to 10.
Oh, so you have plenty of time to have a second breakfast.
Yeah, but somebody's supposed to be answering the phones at 9.
Time to have a second breakfast.
It's an office. Office is supposed to be open a certain amount of hours. People expect that of you.
Well, but being in the shipping business, if somebody is shipping from California, 9 o'clock here is 6 o'clock there, so you're not going to get anybody calling up at 6 in the morning from California. You might get a call after you leave already at the end of the day.
Well, most of the people in California work from about 7 to 3 in my industry. So they're basically overlapping the East Coast and
right.
So they're basically and essential.
It's like working 10 to 6 on the East Coast.
It's like working 10 to 6.
Basically, yeah. And that covers them pretty well. But basically, yeah. And that covers them pretty well. 9 o'clock. Right now in the summer it's slow, but 9 o'clock it's a busy time. A lot of people in my industry actually start at 8, and they wait till 9 to call us because they know we don't answer the phones before 9. And they wait till 9 to call us because they know we don't.
Yeah, I remember one summer, I had a job, and I was an expediter.
One summer,
you know, the people who call up because people aren't paying their bills and stuff.
You know, the people who call
up because people aren't quite a few of the customers were in California. You couldn't call them until noon.
Quite a few of the customers were in California.
You know,
you couldn't call them until noon.
And besides, once they realized who it was, they never picked up the phone anyway.
That's true. A lot of the people I deal with in California that I personally deal with start at 6, actually. They're there for 9 o'clock.
Okay, so their 6 is 9 here, and they'll work until 3 or 2, which is 5, and then they'll go home.
Something like that. They put in a full day. They'll put in 9
hours. Oh, I'm not saying no,
9, 10 hours. No, they'll put in 9, 10 hours.
They'll put in 9 Oh, I'm not saying no,
9, 10 hours. No, they'll put in 9, 10 hours.
Well,
they put in a long day.
It's difficult to say because you have your contact with people who you deal with basically on the phone, but
your contact with
with me as a teacher, if I was in a lousy mood
as a teacher,
it's very easy to take it out on the. Well, I tried not to take it out on the kids. I mean, kids always, every time they have a lousy day, they take it out on everybody. But as an adult, you try not to. But I mean, sometimes somebody just rubs you the wrong way all of a sudden for no apparent reason, and the reason is because you started your day like crap,
Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we've given the phone number yet today.
No wonder why we haven't gotten any phone calls.
Not that it makes much difference. You can reach us at 646-595-3275.
Well, it's just that we figure by now all of our loyal listeners know the number by heart. Of course, being a loyal listener does not mean that they will call in.
Well, and also if they look at the screen, it's on there when they when the show starts. If you're on,
well, unless you're like one of our callers who always calls up at the last minute and says, "I have no idea what your topic is. Tell me what you're talking about today."
Yeah, well, that's because he has no computer. How many people in this modern age don't have computers?
Well, actually, my sister doesn't at home, but she tells me the reason that she doesn't have a computer at home is because she's on a computer all day at work, and that I could understand.
No,
she has clients in Europe, California, Okay, so I mean, I can understand that.
In Europe,
you know, this is something entirely new to me. I mean,
you know,
it used to be when you worked in an office, you'd get inter-office memos. Okay.
When you worked in an office,
now
you'd get inter-office memos.
Everybody contacts everybody else by email within an office. You know,
or instant message.
Yeah.
Within an office.
Yeah.
You know,
or instant message. But basically, that's what it is. A lot of the offices now do instant message because
that's what it is.
As they're typing the message, the person on the other side can see, and they're saying, Charlie's on the phone, what do you want me to tell him? Tell him on the other line.
And they're saying,
Charlie's she'll say, oh, it looks like his line is busy before she even has a chance to say, hold on.
And she'll say, oh, it looks like his line is busy before she even has a
so,
chance to say, hold on.
Or whatever she wants to say.
You know,
so it's,
or whatever she wants to say.
Yes, modern days, you know. I remember when we used to use a beeper, and it was a big deal to have a beeper.
Days, you know, I remember when we used to use a beeper.
The pager.
Beeper, yeah. When the pager goes off, I remember running to a payphone and making a call.
When the pager goes off, I remember running to a payphone.
Or when you're on a date, have somebody page it to make it look good, you know.
Try finding a payphone now.
Have somebody page it to make it look good, you know. Try finding a payphone.
I'm sure there's still some around.
No.
I mean, just think. Where would Superman change his costume?
I mean, just think.
In the bathroom, he'll get raped.
In the bathroom, he'll get raped.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Come on, folks, let's go.
All right, so let's go back to breakfast.
Oh, boy.
Now, to me, my favorite breakfast is...
So let's go back to breakfast. Now, to me, my favorite...
Poached eggs on whole wheat toast with bacon well done and slices of tomato on the side.
Well done.
Where have I seen that before?
Have you seen that?
Where have I seen that before?
Our ill-fated trip to Harold's when you didn't feel right in your stomach, so we came home.
Oh,
when I met my doctor.
Yeah.
So we came home. Oh,
but that's my perfect breakfast. Yeah. I don't need French fries. I don't need nothing.
I like the fries.
I don't need
but you see,
I can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter to me.
I would go for a couple of eggs over easy, couple of sausages, couple of pieces of toast, lightly toasted, butter,
couple of pieces of toast,
and well done fries. Okay.
Butter.
Or
and well done fries.
You go to IHOP, pancakes.
Or
pancakes with sugar-free syrup.
Pancakes with
that makes a big difference.
Sugar-free syrup.
Does a Diet Coke make a difference when you're having a bacon cheeseburger oozing with grease and fries? I don't think so.
Of course not.
But that's America's favorite lunch, burgers, fries, and soda. And what do they order? Instead of a regular Coke, they get diet soda.
Yeah, I want to keep down the calories.
Instead of a regular Coke, they get diet soda.
I was talking to my daughter, and you know she's. I guess she's trying to diet, and she mentioned something to me that I never heard before: coconut sugar.
And she mentioned something to me that I never heard before.
She said 1 to 1 is the same like regular sugar. It's sweet.
1 to 1 is the same like regular sugar.
But it doesn't have the spike.
Sweet.
Well,
of sugar.
I guess you would use that if you wanted to put sugar in your cold cereal in the morning because
wherever you use sugar.
Well, I mean, but I take my coffee black. I don't usually put anything in tea. So I mean, to me that sugar, you know, I wouldn't really need it.
If she bakes, she'll bake with that instead of regular sugar.
That's what people said about Splendor at the beginning. You know that. Was also very good.
Well, that's what you had. The other, that's that cake that you're eating. It's made with Splenda.
Well, that's what you had.
That angel food cake.
Mind you, folks, this angel food cake is 3 weeks old.
Mind you, folks, this
2 weeks.
Food cake
well, still as soft as the day Felix got it. I have to tell you.
2
weeks. Well, still.
I only have it when Marc is here.
I have to tell you.
That's true. I force him. I twist his arm to eat the cake.
No, actually I did. I had it the other day.
I twist his arm to eat the cake.
But Mark the other day decided to take out some of that dietetic whipped cream and put it on it. It was good.
Cool Whip.
Whipped cream. Cool Whip was it?
Plastic.
It was good.
I don't know.
It was.
I don't know.
It was Brand X.
I don't know.
That's
It's
true.
a supermarket brand, but it tastes the same.
Yes, they do.
Supermarket brand.
Well, come on, folks. It's been 25 minutes already.
Yes, they do.
646-595-3275. How do you start your day? What do you eat for breakfast?
You know, I think it's time to wake these people up a little bit.
Do we have a special song for them?
No, it's not a special song. Nope.
The Bugle again?
You got it. The Bugle again. That used to wake me up real well. Come on, all you veterans. All right, and another thing you always heard in the morning. Along with everybody else in that bathroom with 30 people going at the same time.
That's true.
And I won't make the other noises that you hear because they're
please
they're not
don't.
nice.
Please don't.
And I won't make the other noises that you hear.
This is a family show.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yes, we are.
All
right, so why don't we play one of our standards for now so we can... What do you think?
I don't know. It depends what standard you're talking about here.
Well, there's only... our oldest standard
I'm afraid to ask.
What's our oldest standard?
Well, wait a second. No. One song that we haven't played. In fact, might as well give a shout out. In Rockaway, they've opened up sort of a museum to try to help the Rockaways recoup some money.
Mm-hmm.
It's an art museum. Patty Smith is involved with it, with another gentleman, and his name escapes me. But the reason I bring it up is because Patty Smith was one of our favorite people, because she recorded that song.
Yeah, I know. But now if you want to play that, you got to at least go another minute, because we got to get it to a minute of the song. And first I got to find it. What's the name of that song? First I gotta find. I know what. Do you know
People
what the
have
name
the
is?
power.
That's right.
You know, it's getting ever so close to November. I mean, I know we're first starting this summer, but before you turn around, you know, it's going to be the midterm elections, 2014, and you know, we here at the Coffee Club want you to get out and do your constitutional thing and vote.
That's why we created the coffee party.
That's true.
You know, just
other than the fact that it gives us something to do on Monday night,
and we,
as opposed to our religious show on Friday.
Yes.
And we, as opposed to
speaking of our religious show, the Rebellious Rev. Most of you know him as Felix. On Friday, he sent me a link to take a test to see what religion I might be leaning toward.
And we'll give you the... Ladies and gentlemen. No, okay. That was a bad...
I know, a bad segue, but you take it any way you could get it.
So how'd you do in the test?
Well, out of all the possibilities, I tested out as a Reformed Jew. And guess what I am?
A Reformed Jew.
I am a Reformed Jew.
I came out as being, I think, either a Quaker, I came out as being a thing. I think also, was there anything that starts with a P?
Richard Nixon was a Quaker.
Is there anything that starts with a P? Besides pagan?
Was a Quaker.
Yeah.
And Protestant?
Pastafarian.
Pastafarian, that's right. If nobody's ever heard of Pastafarian, this is a religion that believes they're in a...
the almighty noodle.
Spaghetti monster, invisible spaghetti monster, and they got an exemption to be tax exempt as a church, as a religion. Again, because of our this is actually done in Poland also, where they have adopted a lot of our constitution.
Well, I figured in Poland there would be something like the kielbasa, you know.
No. In Poland, they have the Pastafarians.
You remember when you used to make those on the grill?
The kielbasa? Yeah, great stuff.
You remember when you used to make those on the grill?
What I've switched to now is
Felix used to have great barbecues.
And what I've switched to now is I have chicken kielbasa. Tastes almost as good, a lot less fat. Chicken kielbasa. You know, I try to eat healthy, but I eat too much, I guess, because I'm still fat. I try to eat healthy.
Well, I mean, we haven't made a trip to Jersey in a while where we would stop off at Wawa's first
we haven't made a trip to Jersey
and have a dietetic lunch.
That's after we stop at the Amish store and have a dietetic breakfast.
And then go to Harold's and have a dietetic dinner.
And then at 11 o'clock we go home. In the morning. And then at 11 it's a very busy morning. In the morning. From,
a day of eating.
A day of infamy.
A day of eating.
It's time to go, I think.
Let me tell you, by the time you finish with that day, they roll you home.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, by the time you finish with that day,
Dapper Dan is looking forward to going there. It seems like he's been mentioning that I told him to take a breakfast, and he says, no, you're going to sneak me out and go out to Jersey. I'm going to go to Harold's.
It's cheaper to take him to Walk and Roll.
I know.
If he doesn't have any drinks.
Take him to Walk and Roll.
Yeah.
I know.
He and his dad had a couple of drinks.
He doesn't have
They
any
did?
drinks.
Yeah. They did.
And he and his dad
I
had
wasn't
a couple
paying
of drinks.
attention.
I was.
Yeah. They did.
I mean, when an ordinary $12 lunch becomes $20 or $30, I gave him $30. He
Did
put
you?
down
$20.
Yeah, you put down 20, I put down 30, and his father put down 50. That was with the
You
tip.
put down 20, I put down 30, and his father put down 50.
And of
no
course,
clue.
That was with
Dan
the
put
tip.
down nothing.
Well, what do you expect? His daddy took him out.
Dan put down nothing.
Well, what do you expect? His daddy Dan, don't be insulted.
He's
If
not
you're
listening, so don't worry.
Dan, but knowing his patterns, he's not listening.
So don't worry.
So we're not too worried about that.
Yes, we lost one of our listeners, Dr. Don,
one of our listeners
moved to Middle America, Cincinnati, Ohio, WKRP in Cincinnati.
Middle America, Cincinnati,
For some reason,
Ohio,
people
WKRP
think when they move somewhere, or if they're L.A. or they're in Florida, that they can't call as much. It costs the same. It's not like the old days where there were long distance calls. Now, I don't think anybody has long distance calls anymore.
No more long-distance charges. In fact, it used to be that you paid extra for roaming phone calls. Now all you have to do is just dial the area code. Like if you have a cell phone that's 516, and you're calling a 516 number, you still have to dial 516 because you're out of the zone, but it doesn't cost you any more to make that call.
I never knew that.
But it doesn't cost you any more to make that call.
If I'm out of my, if it says roaming, I still dial the numbers as I always do. If I'm out of my, if it's a 516, I don't dial 516. I just dial the number. Maybe that's why I never get through. I don't know. Dial the number. I never heard that. Maybe that's why I never get through. I don't know. Live and learn. I never heard
Well,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, I mean, like I said, we've been on
learn.
between 35 and 40 minutes already. 35 minutes to be exact.
34 minutes, 41 seconds,
Now, of
42
course, on
seconds,
Friday-
43 seconds.
On Friday, I was starting to count down another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes, and Felix and I were just about ready to say goodnight when all of a sudden, you'll never guess who called in.
Dapper Dan, as I had the ending song going. Dapper Dan, as I had the ending song. I'm going to let Dapper Dan, let him know we're going off soon.
I think you should play the bugle for him. Let's wake him up. Let's do it upright.
You want to do a prank call?
Let's wake him up.
No,
Let's do it upright.
he'll know it's us.
Prank call?
No.
So what? But he'll never expect that to hear that.
That's true.
So what? He'll never expect that to hear that. Well, if he doesn't call in about 5 minutes, we're going to give him a little bit of a bugle. Well, if he doesn't call a wake-up call. We're going to give him a little bit of a bugle. And see how he does to that. Call. And then he's going to say, am I on the air? You just call me, am I really on the air?
And then he'll say,
am I on the air?
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I can't hear you.
And then he'll
What's
say,
the show about?
I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
But yeah, when we listen to the recordings,
We sound crystal clear.
and he sounds pretty good too. So
Yeah.
We sound crystal clear.
I don't know what he hears or he doesn't.
Yeah.
But we do miss Dr. Don, who used to be a regular caller also. We do miss. He was the wise one in the crowd.
Yes.
He was the elder wise man.
Oh, always a pleasure talking to Dr. Don.
Elder wise man. Is that a good thing for him, elder wise man?
Pleasure talking to Dr.
He's a
Don.
sage.
Is that a good thing for him, elder wise
He was
man?
like
He's a sage.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
He was like
he had his
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
PhD, and he's did a lot of studying.
He was an educator. He was in private industry. All right, PhD in clinical psychology.
And he had his own practice.
All right,
And he's a avid reader. He reads all the time.
Yes.
And anytime you mention something on the topic, if he doesn't know it, you can be sure he's going to take
He's
a
going
book
to do
and
some.
read on
Yeah,
it.
he's going to go to the library and do
Get a
some
book,
research.
and then come back and talk about it.
Well, I mean, we're avid readers, Felix.
Well,
You read Hustler.
we're avid readers.
I read Playboy and Penthouse. I mean,
I haven't seen a Penthouse
I
or
read
Playboy
and Penthouse.
or any kind of magazine for years.
Surely you jest.
Surely I just.
I've seen
Just don't
you.
look under.
I've
Don't look in
seen-
the bathroom.
I've seen you in your son's apartment there, scouting around looking for the.
Do kids
Well,
still?
what is it? What is it? Married with Children. What was it that?
Do kids
Well,
still?
what is it?
I forgot
what is
his
it,
name.
Married with Children. What was it that?
The one who's on Married with Children.
I forgot his name.
Uh,
The one who's on
he used to
Married
call
with
it
Children.
the nudie magazines. Like he'd go
He
to the
used to
nudie
call
bar.
Yeah, nudie magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nudie magazine.
But I'll tell you, do
like he'd
kids
go to
still
the nudie
read
bar.
them now? I don't even know.
Yeah.
For what?
Do kids still?
Now
read
they
them
have friends with benefits. They don't need stuff like that anymore.
I don't know. I really don't
Now
know
they
if
have
that's
friends
a.
with benefits. They don't need
I
stuff
mean,
like
I remember when I
that.
was young, we used to have all the magazines behind in the bathroom somewhere hidden. I remember when I was young, we used to have all the magazines so we could look at our Playboy magazine.
Now they all have friends with benefits.
So we could look I at our guess. Playboy
Now
magazine.
they all have friends with benefits.
Now they got videos if they want to watch something. You know.
Well, that's true.
Or you can go on Playboy TV and watch it.
That's true too.
Or you can go on Playboy or all the pay-per-views they have.
That's true too.
We're not. It's not like when we were.
You know,
we were limited to Playboy or Hustler or something.
As married men,
You know,
we don't even watch that stuff anymore.
as married men,
And it's not because we're
don't
having
even
sex
watch
with our
that
wives.
stuff
That's for
anymore.
sure.
Not at our age.
And it's not because we're having. Well, sex some with our people wives, do.
for sure.
Have
at our
sex.
age.
at
Yeah,
our
I know.
age. Well, some people do. But you know, they seem to be in better shape than us.
Yeah, I know.
They got healthier wives.
In better shape and healthier wives, I guess. That's true too.
They got healthy.
Anyway,
Mark, I heard you went to a funeral today.
Yes,
my
I did.
My condolences.
Anyway,
thank you. My godfather, my mother's younger brother,
Condolences.
Thank you,
passed
my,
away last
godfather,
week,
my
and they
mother's
waited
younger
for the
brother,
family to come get together.
Passed away last week. and
The only
we
lousy
waited for
thing
the
about
family
it
to
was
come
it was so
get
hot out
together.
there because cemeteries have no shade. So, and it was in Jersey, and I hate driving to Jersey. And okay, I'd much rather stay out here on the island.
Unless we're going to go to Harold's.
Okay,
and Harold's is much closer.
We're going to go to Harold's.
But you keep saying that we're going to have to go. But I would settle. I would settle for walk and roll. I
offered it to you the other day.
Yeah, well, you offered it because your wife was away for that afternoon. It wouldn't have made a difference. I have to give my wife an excuse.
Oh, it wouldn't have made a difference.
I can't just walk out the door and say.
I can walk out any time with my wife.
Well, I can't do that.
And I hear that door always slamming behind me, and the lock goes on, the double lock, the chain.
Oh, come on. And then you call her up and you say, listen, I know you like their spare ribs because the meat falls right off the bone, so I'll get you some spare ribs.
That's the only way she'll open the door for me.
Well,
otherwise that chain stays on, and she doesn't hear me knocking. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I mean, it's the truth. I'll knock, but I don't know.
Do you remember what the topic is? Because we're way off topic,
We're talking about eating.
We're talking we're talking about the first meal of the day, setting the tone, plus what happens in the morning. You get a flat tire, you're stuck in traffic, yada yada. It sets the tone for the day.
You have a lousy morning, you
have a lousy day. And invariably you wind up with a headache, and it only gets worse.
I'm pretty fortunate. I don't get headaches that often.
Oh, I used to get plenty of headaches, quite frequently. No migraines, but they were bad enough.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I have, but when I have them, they're annoying. But I don't really have headaches that much. I have other problems, but not headaches. I get stressed out easy sometimes. But not headaches. That's all.
Well, there are many people that get stressed out like that. Panic attacks.
Well, I have claustrophobia.
Panic attacks.
I'll have to remember that the next time I lock you in a closet.
Oh.
Or if we go down to the funeral parlor and you check out a casket, we'll give you a lot of room.
I would. I'll tell you, even when I die, I think I'm gonna jump out of the casket. I'll tell you, even when I die, I think I'm gonna jump out of the casket. Anyway, we're gonna go and give a little prank call to Don, since he doesn't seem to want to give us.
No, you mean Dan.
Dan. Since he doesn't seem to want to call us, we're going to call him. Dan. Wake his buddy up. Wake his buddy. I don't know what I just said. Body up. But we're going to give him a call. It's 516-555.
No, what are you doing?
516-555.
Don't give him his number.
What are you doing?
5555.
Don't give him his number.
5555.
Hey, listen, it could be a real number.
Hey, listen,
Just like Celino and Barnes, 800-888-8888.
Like Celino and Barnes, 800-888-8888.
Hello there, Ralphie boy. Hey there, Danny boy.
Gee, Yogi.
Hello.
Dan.
Hello.
We got a surprise for you.
Dan.
You ready?
You're on the air.
Surprise for me.
Yeah.
You got a surprise for me.
Yeah.
Time to wake up, Dan. It's morning. How's that? First thing in the morning, Dan.
Very nice. I didn't know it was morning yet, but okay. Very nice. How you guys doing? I can't log on to your show. I like to listen to it first, but I can't get on.
That's all right.
It won't let me hit the live button. It just doesn't work. It won't let me
strange.
like it used to. I used to hit live and I used to
Well,
work.
because we're really
Like
not
it used to,
live.
I
We're
used to
dead.
hit live and I used to work.
We're zombies.
We're really not live.
Well, now you're dead with me. So,
You know, I saw a movie that I never saw before. I don't know if you ever seen it, Dan. You see a lot of movies. It was called World War Z.
Oh, I saw that in the movies. That was a mistake. With Brad Pitt. Yes.
Was it Brad Pitt was in it?
Yeah. You know whose son wrote it? It was written originally as a comic. Mel Brooks' son writes those, I forgot what they call it, but the graphic comics of these things, and then they make movies out of them.
Did you see it, Dan?
Of these things, and then they make movies out of
yeah, I can hardly hear you. It's not you guys, it's me. It's my phone. That's all.
Did you see World War Z?
It's not you guys, it's me. It's my phone. That's all.
Well, if you didn't see it,
I think I did.
you're not missing anything.
You're not. It was just funny how they made such a big, spectacular movie, and it was about zombies.
Well, you know, my son says, usually with movies like that, the trailer is better than the movie because they're showing you the best parts of the movie because they want to get you in, and the rest of the movie sucks.
Yeah. Well, I would like to hear your son's review on it.
What's the topic tonight? What did I miss?
The topic is,
What was the topic tonight?
how does your morning set the tone for the rest of your day? And what you eat in the morning, breakfast being the most important meal. I'll give you an example. You wake up, you shut off your alarm, you go back to sleep, you wind up waking up a half hour or 45 minutes later, you're running late, you get stuck in traffic, okay? The day just seems to be going wrong. And one thing after another, everything goes wrong, and it's like the day you should have stayed in bed. Okay?
Well, every day I just want to stay in bed. I mean,
Well, I probably do.
you know, but you know, I used to, I used to wake up. Like you say, I wake up in the morning, I have to predict your day. I don't think it. Your day can change. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can wake up with a smile, or wake up with a front, grumpy, and it doesn't matter. Wake up with a
Well,
it changes. I always used to wake up with a smile on my face until I met Felix. I used to wake up every morning with a smile on my face.
Well, I gotta tell you,
It's okay.
most men, when they wake up with a smile on their face, there's only one reason why they're waking up with a smile.
When they wake up with a smile on their face, there's only one reason why.
Yeah, because they have to go to the bathroom. yeah, because they have to go to the bathroom. That's why. But, no, look, it's a good topic because, if you wake up, look, it's a good topic because, if you wake up with a smile on your face and then you get hurt. Or you can wake up grumpy and then something surprises you. Or you can wake up grumpy and then something surprises you.
I guess.
It doesn't, that your topic, I think, is not wrong, but I think it doesn't matter whether they wake up happy or sad because your day changes. Someone can do something simple. Wake up happy or sad and, because your day changes. Someone can do something simple. You can wake up, you can go to work grumpy all of a sudden before you know it, you're smiling. Or you can wake up, you go to work smiling and go to work grumpy.
That's a point well taken, Dan.
Also, Dan, we were talking about, they also say it's very important to have a good breakfast. So you can, have the energy for the day. So you can.
Well, a good breakfast is good and all, but they should go to the bathroom though. Well, a good breakfast is good and all, but they should go to the bathroom.
I guess.
But a good breakfast is always good. As long as someone else is paying for it, you have a great, you have a good time. Always good.
If somebody's paying for it, good breakfast is even better, right, Dan?
Yeah, I miss your guys, your breakfast, but I miss.
Is he talking about Leo again?
Come on, that's a great.
It took me a while to figure out what Leo meant.
Come on, that's a great.
It took me a while to.
Lox, eggs, omelet, Leo.
What does it stand for?
Right?
Leo.
I tell you, the next time you decide to do that, take my wife. She likes lox, eggs, and onions and an omelet, you know, so...
Or is it lox, eggs, onions? I'm not sure which one it is.
Onions and an omelet.
But it's Leo, yeah.
Felix would want to turn me on to it. The Leo. I never even thought that would be a good flavor. I never thought. I was disgusted when I heard him. He told me what it was. But you know what? It is the one fantastic dish.
It's one of those things where they put a blindfold on you and you have to, you know, it's a taste test.
Well, you know what it is, but it's just good.
You know, it's a taste test.
The cooking of the lox makes them a little sweeter.
Sweeter? No, the lox is salty.
I know, but it takes away some of that.
Words going in there. I think I told you because everyone's wearing beanies. Words going in there. I think I told you. And they look at me different. Everyone's wearing beanies. But me.
Yeah, you know why? Because they say, look at that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why?
So I'm not one? Yeah.
Look at that guy. No, I was kidding.
So I'm not one. No, I love the place. I just feel awkward being there.
No, I was kidding.
Why? I don't feel awkward going into an Italian restaurant. I certainly don't feel awkward going in for Chinese food.
Yeah, but
and I don't look Asian.
Yeah, but when you go to a real Orthodox kosher place.
I guess a double standard there, but I don't know. I feel like I got looked at.
They'll take your money as long as it's green. They don't care.
You know what? Hey, Dan, you know what my friend Kenny looks like, right? Hey, Dan, you know what my friend Now, I've gone with him to that place, and he likes falafels. Now, I've gone with Now, you want to see somebody getting some funny looks? He likes falafels.
I would imagine he gets funny looks.
Yeah, he's got to put his head down.
Funnier than what I get. But
well, yeah, he's a.
That's like Alec Baldwin when he was on Saturday Night Live. His shorty balls.
Yeah.
You know,
my friend Kenny is a. He's from East Africa. He's a Muslim. He looks like a terrorist.
Oh, they must want him.
He looks like a terrorist.
Oh, they must.
And he'll walk in there. He won't smile. And he'll walk in there. He won't smile. But they'll take his money. He actually. Hey, believe it or not, Dan, he's the one that turned me on to this place. Hey, believe it or not, Dan, he's the one that turned me on to this place.
Is that near the airport?
Well, one of them you don't like.
Is that near the airport? What?
The one by Woodrow's, that Israeli place. You said the people are nasty.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
Israeli place. Well, we love that place.
Right.
But the one with the Leo is next to it by the airport. But the one with the and it's just a kosher bagel place.
Isn't that where they shot Goodfellas? Isn't that where
the bagel place?
No, not the bagel place. At the diner.
Well, Sheraton.
No, it wasn't the Sheraton. It was further down. There was another diner closer to the airport.
Oh, they shut that one down.
Yeah. But when they made Goodfellas, it was still around.
Yeah, and there's also a small Italian restaurant that they shot it in there also, and they're still around. And they have pictures. Do you remember the name of that place, Dan? On Rockaway Avenue, there's an Italian restaurant that they filmed Goodfellas in. Italian restaurant. You know that place?
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, I know where it's still. I know all about that movie.
No, but there's a restaurant in the Rockaway that they in Jamaica they used an Italian restaurant. They used it in it.
Oh yeah. I don't know the name. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh yeah. I don't.
Yes, I don't remember the name, but I don't even know if it's still open. But it's a pretty dumpy place. But you see pictures of. Signatures and stuff.
You know something? Sometimes the dumpiest places have the best food.
You know something?
Don't go by atmosphere.
Places have the best food. Don't go
yeah, the food is okay there. It was pretty good. And I don't even know if it's open.
You know what Ellen used to say? She said the best food if you're driving like long distances.
The best food
when you go to a truck stop, the best food is at a truck stop because the truckers always eat well.
The best food
You know,
is at a truck stop because
those are the places that, you know, they have showers so the guys could shower and relax when they're doing like a cross-country run.
Oh, you guys are all wrong on that. You know, honestly, the best food is where the women are at. That's where the best food's at. Honestly, the best food is food, good food. You get a woman, that's where the best fine.
The food is fine.
Bad food, good food. You get a woman.
You're not interested in eating the food, huh?
The food is fine.
No, well, I can't say that on there. Sorry. No.
You just did.
Well, I can't say that on there. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
No,
listen, I gotta go, guys. It was nice talking to you.
Besides, those are the women who are
topic goes. I disagree with it, and in the morning you wake up and you go, you know, doesn't matter how we all do it all. You wake up and smile.
You know, I think we called the wrong number.
Wake up miserable.
He's arguing with everything we say.
I know.
What's wrong with you today, Dan?
You're argumentative.
You're very argumentative today.
That's good. I like that. But you must agree, Dan, a good breakfast is still a good breakfast. You must agree, Dan.
Yeah, miserable or happy is it good? It's a good breakfast. Absolutely. Yeah, miserable.
It starts you off happy. How you gonna wind up, we don't know. But at least
let me go party and I'm out of here.
All right, I'll see you in the morning.
All right, Dan. Have a good one.
Dan.
Oh, you won't see me in the morning.
I won't.
Anyway, guys, have a good night. Oh, you won't see me in the morning.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, guys,
Dan, did you say
he's hanging up? He's gone. He's gone.
No, he's here. Okay, Dan.
He's hanging up. He's gone.
You were going to see him in the morning?
I was supposed to.
Oh.
I've got two packages for him.
You're going to see him in the morning?
I was supposed to. Did he say he won't see me in the morning?
I think so. I don't know.
I
thought he doesn't have a car.
He must be getting picked up tonight.
I thought he doesn't have a car.
I don't know if he said he had to go to potty or party.
I thought he said party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway, well, folks, we're going to be on for another couple of minutes until about 10 o'clock, and then we're going to call it a night.
It's always nice
we've already, you know, had our fill with Dan, and going to be a short night. Not much to talk about.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a song that Marc refuses to listen to, but
I'm turning off my microphone right now. I'm not listening.
What is it?
Yes, I'm turning off my microphone.
You can't even find it.
I'm not listening.
I have it. I want to know what the song is.
You can't even.
You're asking me?
Yeah, because you said you're turning it off.
Oh, was it Kid Rock? One of those Kid Rock songs?
No, you got to listen to the song for a few minutes. Listen to the words. Forget about the
artist.
Well, we don't know who the artist is. But listen to what he says, even though you may not like the tone of the music. And I'm serious. Listen to what he says, even though you may not.
You got Sirius Radio?
And I'm serious.
You serious?
Yeah.
I like it so far. You shut the microphone.
No, I didn't.
Well, good. Don't shut it.
Okay, we can make comments.
Well, that's what I mean.
I'm not the reach in the teeth of a killer machine with a need to wager when the light goes green. Best believe I'm in the zone to be. From a yin to my yang to my yang to Z. Put a grin on my chin when you come to me. It's all weird, I'm a one of a kind, and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be.
Well, the whole idea of being a killing machine doesn't exactly turn me on.
No, it's a war song. Yeah, soldiers marching.
Lord, make me dead before you make me go. Feel the fear of the devil inside of the enemy faces in my sight. Aim with a hand, shoot with a mind, kill with a heart like Arctic ice.
I can see a drill sergeant teaching this to his recruits.
Yeah, the drill sergeant and the soldiers didn't repeat it.
I am a warrior and this is my song. I'm faster than glow of the rising war. Lay waste to the ground of an enemy shore. Wait till the blood spills on the floor. And if another one stands, I'll kill some more. Bullet in the breach and the fire in me like a cigarette thrown to gasoline. If death don't bring you fear, I swear you'll fear these marching feet. From to the nightmare
Scott. The guy who played Patton. George C. Scott.
Maybe it was Patton.
It might have been. He was talking about tanks, right? Well, Patton was the general in charge of the armor.
War is no fun.
Well, war is hell.
War is hell.
General Sherman said that.
Yeah.
Well, war is hell.
So what'd you think of the song?
General Sherman.
I like the beat.
Yeah. Wasn't that good?
War is hell.
You can't dance to it, but I like the beat. You know?
It's like, you remember the old days when the...
Good clock. American Bandstand.
No, when they used to have the Vikings, or before them, when they had the boats with the oars.
Oh, yeah.
The guy would play the drums and everybody would...
Well, all he would do is bang, you know.
Yeah. Well, this is a little bit more of it.
Well, I will say goodnight to you, Felix, and our audience.
I will say goodnight to you.
Remember
Marc.
tomorrow to have a very good breakfast. It sets the tone for your day. Speaking of breakfast, our dogs look like they want to have their evening meal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to cut off now and feed the dogs. You all have a good night.
And we'll see you,
and the rebellious
Rev and the Doc, we'll see you on Friday.
I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday. So,
have a good evening.
Bye-bye. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. So.